What's poppin'? What's poppin'? It's your girl Shaw Run Beats, and apparently I got time today. Shout out to Team Strong. Shout out to Strong Time. We are in the building at Below Average. What's up?
Man, y'all already know what it is. This Big Team 28 Fitness is a pleasure and honor to be here with my brother and this young lady, man, just to be able to conquer and speak that word. Y'all know.
Hey man, this Mr. Below Average himself, man. Pull up on me, 1530 Lapelco.
Let's get into a conversation, man. Dab, how you feeling? How's business?
Man, business good, man. As of yesterday, we finally made a month in store. I was open.
Congratulations.
So that's big for me coming up on this month mark. Just getting a bunch of the financials and things of that nature out of the way. Business been good, man. A lot of support. Over 100, 200 sales, a couple online sales. It's been going.
That's
I
good.
love it.
28, man. You in town. What brings you to New Orleans, bro?
Oh, man, super excited. I was at the Shake Bag event yesterday that brought me in town. And always a pleasure to come in town and hook up with my boy Below Average. Because there ain't nothing like putting on this stuff. Big God love me.
You see it. You see it.
And I feel good about that. So I took the opportunity as I did the event to hook up with my brother and share some life to the world, to what we gonna, just to uplift and motivate. Let them know blood don't make you family, you know. And I want them to know we not blood, but we became family
We
because
family.
we understand and we working together as one to conquer the world and help the young kids, help the youth. So, I'm good to be here, man.
Shit, well, let's elaborate more on that. Like your whole movement with motivating the young kids. Like, how are we able to do that? And what's your way of doing it?
My way of doing it is finding your purpose. You have to have a purpose, and you gotta when you find your purpose, and your passion become your purpose, and you understand what you here for, and what you willing to do and sacrifice. See, you gotta find what God put you on this earth for. Everybody, He's sowing into you to have a purpose and a passion to be a deliverance for Him. But in order for you to find that, you gotta go find who you is. See, a lot of people are afraid to find who they is because they're afraid of self accountability. And that's what made me understand who, what, and why I gotta work for the presence of God.
Come on.
That's it.
How you move with the youth out?
It's always been the same thing for me. I got sold into. So it's only right that I sold back into somebody else, and what better generation to do it than the younger one? You know what I'm saying? Because I always tell people, I don't never be like, if he could do it, I could do it. I always say, if he could do it, it could be done. And I want them to have that same mindset that hey, if you're gonna look at me as somebody to look up to, if I could do it, it could be done. And when you do it, you probably do it way better than me, right?
As you should.
But I want to help you be able to think for yourself to be able to do it.
I know that's right. So we're gonna tap more into the whole 28 going around the world and speaking to people. People sometimes think that you just the chosen person that could just speak to people. Like it's everybody just take the opportunity and be like, okay, I have the internet, I have the phone. Let me just go out here and let me go talk to people. Like, what actually inspired you, or what moved you to be able to go out and do that type of speaking the way you do it?
The first thing first was I had became a personal trainer. When I became a personal trainer, one of the guys who helped me become a trainer, he told me, in order for you to build clientele, you got to have a relationship with them. Your money ain't gonna grow if your clientele and your relationship with them ain't gonna help you grow. And as I grew into that and learned, man, as I'm training, I'm motivating, I'm encouraging, I'm speaking the word. So it just wasn't something that grew on me, it's something that I knew I had in me. I just had to find it and find a way to get it out and deliver it. So when I did that and I just started speaking and I just started getting in tune with the word, but understanding my presence and understanding the voice I have and the way it deliver and the way people gravitating to it, that's what made it become, man, the Big Team 28, the motivation speaker, the personal trainer, the street pastor, the one who want to see everybody win. I say that from the bottom of my heart because I mean that. I recited that poem every day for 5 years, every time I did a video. Because manifestation is true. And the power of the tongue is a dangerous thing, or it could be a blessing. So be mindful with the things you say out your tongue, because it could come to life.
So you don't think I heard you make a point. You said the motivational speaker, the street pastor, the person that encourage. You don't feel like that's no differentiate in those particular things. Like what you speaking is the word, regardless of whatever direction you look at. Because some people feel when it's motivational speaker, they may be a motivational speaker, but not spiritually being a motivational speaker, just motivating through regular terms, regular conversation. But through you, I feel like it's the spirit is connected through each avenue of what you speaking on. So you feel like that moves your whole, programs your whole speaking, or
Yeah, because it's a lot of motivation speakers that just give you motivation right there.
right.
But mine's not the motivation speak. Mine's that word. Mine's that forever lasting. It's that seed that getting sown. Like that's that word. Like is other motivation speaker that make you just run through a brick wall and then what's next? I'm gonna give you that word, that guidance, that connection, that go get it. But then you could go back to that word and listen to see what I said instead of just a motivation telling me to go run to that wall and then what. So you gotta understand that that's what make me different. I get that word.
The core of it is God.
The core is God and only God.
No, for sure. And I could attest to what you're saying because, they do have a lot of people out there, a lot of them come from not even just motivational speakers, right? It be coaches. They going to hype you up to go run through that wall. But he never told me what to do after I get through the wall. But since the first time I met you, big dog, like, that one thing that you said is going to always stick with me.
Oh, come on, man.
I got to say it before you say it, you know what I'm saying?
Come on.
Like you said, it's you saying some stuff that's gonna stick to the core. You're not just telling me nothing for the moment. You telling me something that's I could hold to the rest of my life. I could live by it. I could die by it. I'm gonna hold myself accountable for it. All right. So I'm gonna just go ahead and say it.
Go ahead and let them know, man.
All right.
That's it.
I'm committed to the process without being attached to the results.
Amen. Amen.
That's all I gotta say.
Man, I'm trying to tell you, I'm committed to the process without being attached to the result.
What Dab's saying that, give us more into what details of what that means.
Man, when I talked to him, bro, it's so much because we talk a lot, and I told him, he told me what he said. Man, big brother, I need you to get down there. I got an event. I want you to show up. And he said, what is gonna take? I say, some gas money. I said, you can't put a price on God presence and God word, but I say some gas money, I'm gonna get there and I'm gonna show up and show out. I said, what should I bring like the short? He said, well, I'm gonna give you this. I said, I'm gonna have my hoochie daddy shorts. I wear my hoochie daddy shorts because I like to praise and jump. And when you wearing jeans, you can't jump, you can't shout, you act too cool, you can't move. I like to move. So when I told him, I said, man, committed to the process without being attached to the result. I told him I'm committed with him. What the results gonna be what I committed to. And when we commit to something, the results gonna be what it is because we going in a right angle. See, you gotta be attached to. You gotta be committed and understand that if she dig and I dig, we gonna get to that hole. But if you don't believe and I believe, then we ain't committed.
We got the same vision.
One person digging. It's gonna be hard.
It's gonna be hard. So that's why I say when I gained him, I told him, I said committed. And we committed, nothing could break the commitment. When you pray to God and you trust and believe in a foundation, no man should be able to come against that. That prayer that you sow should be buried. And understand that what I sow gonna grow. But this is what people fail to realize. They'll put a seed and forget the water.
Don't even go back and check.
Don't even go back and check. See, you can't just sow without nurturing, being committed to it.
Another thing you're saying about the whole commitment thing, big dog. I know you recently did like a little situation session with the Uncut Feelings.
Oh yeah.
Right. So I tapped into the videos or whatever that got posted from that event, right?
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that y'all did that stuck out to me was when you made everybody lock arms and make a chain, right?
Made the chain.
Hey, look, if we all locked into this together, if we committed, right? Nothing or nobody should be able to break what we building because we all locked in together. I got her, you got him, he got me. If we all stay locked in and committed, hey, we're gonna go as far as we want to go, and ain't nobody from the outside could mess this up.
Yeah, that's what I did, man. And I did that with them young men. And, them young men understand it, but they didn't understand. And I was telling them, if I make a mistake, then that calls you. And if that take away from what you need to be doing, that's going to cause him. Now we trying to catch up and make up for the decisions we made that hurt it, not just me, because we're family. So if you make a decision, don't look at it as just hurting you, because your mama got to take time out, your daddy got to take, somebody got to go to the lawyer. So don't break the chain gang making the wrong decision. Make that chain strong to understand that not your time, but nobody's time ain't to be wasted.
Right.
Can you tell me, I love where y'all at with this right now with the young men. What does it even take to be a black man?
A lot.
All right now.
Ooh, a lot. A lot.
Coming
It take
from
a lot.
well, be a black boy first, and then a black boy that transitions into a man. What is that process? And I know you're still growing, but
man, it take
for
a,
what you
it take a lot. It take a lot just waking up as a black man. It take a lot just being a father. It take a lot just being a man. It take a lot just being a provider. It take a lot to being a husband. It take a lot just to say you a man of God. It take a lot. It take a lot. It ain't easy. Saying, oh, I'm a man of God, I'm a husband, I'm a father, because we in a world right now where the flesh will get to you. The people, it will burn you. So it take a lot. But how you defeat that is staying grounded. Staying grounded. You got to stay in that word. You got to stay locked in. I'm talking about locked in. Not just locked in. It take a lot being a man. Just imagine you a husband from a woman that been through relationship that was destroyed to trying to build a trust again and provide for them and understand them. And then not just that, let me get up, man. Let's talk about the children. As you work on the mama, now you gotta work on the children.
You're right.
Cause the children destroyed off the way the mama was destroyed. Now you gotta go talk to the children and tell them no more tears,
Right.
all happiness. So being a man and being a husband, it's just not being a husband to the mama. It's about being a husband to the foundation. You gotta go to the roots to build a foundation again. Because as a black person, before you get married, that woman gotta be broken. Come on, bro. She can't be a good wife if she ain't been broken. I want a woman that been broken so she can replace what's broken up to make sure we ain't gotta be broken. That shit hard.
Not too tore up though.
Man, listen.
Too broken.
Man, broken everywhere. Broken everywhere.
Oh Lord.
Broken everywhere.
Because I need you to understand what a good man is when a good man do come to you. You gotta feel that. You gotta feel that.
That presence.
Through and through.
Through and through. So come on, man. What is like to you?
This is
we're gonna start on different levels, like you said. I guess as a boy, right? As a boy, being a black boy, I think is what the boy makes it. And I'm saying that because as kids or as adults, we need to make kids stay kids. Right now, we're in a generation where we growing these kids up too fast. They cursing, they doing rap songs, and it's too early. Let them go jump outside, play outside, take them video games away, get back to the root of this whole thing. Like you said, the foundation, how you came up. Because I was outside every day. I had a PlayStation or whatever, but I ain't played it. I was outside till the street light came on, and I knew by the time that street light come on, I need to be on the porch. You hear me? So we need to get back to that part of it, and we can help navigate this generation if we start right there, letting the kids be kids, right? And then as growing into a teenager, you just gonna take what you learned as a kid to now operate in a teenage present, right? But as a teenager, you move based on what you've seen from a man that might have been close to you, whether it's your daddy, your grandfather, whatever, and you know that if you don't work, you don't eat. So you should be developing some type of work skills being a teenager. And then now you done grown into a man role, and your man role is to provide. All right? Not provide for a woman or a house that's not equipped for your provision, but provide for the ones that you know really need you and that's gonna hold some substance and celebrate you. You know what I'm saying? I feel like as black men, we don't get celebrated enough. Let's tap into. Hold on. I gotta say when Mother's Day came around, it was all over. The plastered ads, commercials. Father's Day came around.
It was day. But listen, let me tell you something, man. I'm gonna tell you why it's gonna be hard to change our generation. This gonna hurt. I was once in the shoes and understand this. You ready for this? We need more father presence. A mother buy these games to occupy these kids because guess what a mother gotta do? They gotta work.
They gotta do everything.
They gotta work. So if I gotta work to make up for what the daddy can't do, I'm gonna buy this game to occupy my kids' mind.
You right.
So if we could stop the women from working so hard and have fathers step up as fathers and don't have sex. Have sex with whatever you want to do with the woman. But if you don't see no future with her,
Leave it
put
alone.
protection on it.
Yeah.
Put protection on it. Don't just be having sex, unprotected sex, and you know the chances of making a child and you don't want to be with them. Now that they got a child, you know that the intentions got to change to I didn't want to now I got to because I did with not my mind, but I thought with my thing.
Yeah.
So let's get to changing that. If you don't want to be with them, well, rubber until you decide if this the person. But to say this, you shouldn't be having sex with nobody if you can't see yourself being with them because spirit change.
Yeah, for sure.
And you don't want that spirit to change. You don't want that negativity to get with some positivity and start mixing. But back to the thing, man, we got to be stepping up as fathers. If you want to get saluted like a father, Father's Day is every day if you don't know it or not.
100%.
Don't wait on a damn certain day to understand Father's Day. Boy, Father's is
100%.
very, very much welcome in the world every day.
100%.
You keep being a father, you're going to run into a lot of men and say, man, I love what you're doing. Keep up the father. That's every day for
No,
you.
yeah, for sure.
So don't look for no one day to get celebrated.
For sure.
Thanks Fathers every day.
I don't think it's I'm just throwing that out there, right? You know, I got 2 kids myself. My
I know.
daughter 3, my son 12. You know, and I'm active in their life daily. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know sometimes I made the sacrifice to be the financial dad, right? Because I had to get on the road and things of that nature.
Mhm.
But I make sure that I help guide them the right way. You know, my son can't tell you right now no Young Boy song. And it's not a discredit to Young Boy or anything. It's
That's
just
very
that
important.
That's not the
No.
direction I want my son to go.
That's
You
a
know what I'm
win.
saying?
That's a win.
Exactly. So
That's-
I feel like I'm ahead of the curve with that one.
That's a win.
You know, and my
Because
daughter
that's
goes
the
same
way the young generation, they think listening to that, that's the way they need to go. And
Nah.
if you could avoid, see, one thing I heard that you don't saving them from a jail cell in the grave is the best win that a father could do when it come down to their kids.
Yeah.
It's very important.
Yeah.
So for you saying your son don't know an NBA Young Boy song, that's a win.
Couldn't
man.
tell you one of them.
Because this world right now, that's all they know of.
Nah.
And they gravitate to that. And you know what's crazy? Why these boys growing up to be men so fast? Let me tell you why. When we was growing up, boy, your ass going outside from the sun up to the sundown.
For sure.
And you thirsty? Go on the side of that
Hose
old
pipe.
pipe. That shit was, man, you was drinking some water
Yeah.
that you don't even know what was it.
Real talk.
Nowadays, you go tell them kids go to the old pipe, they gonna tell you, boy, this ain't no alkaline.
Man, for
This
sure.
ain't no, oh, they ain't got no filter.
No, for sure.
Man, you you used to get so hydrated off that water off that old pipe, and then
It never was cold.
never was cold. But nowadays the generation changed, and that's why I say we got to get back to the foundation. We making all these PlayStation and Xbox millions of dollars, where we could go invest in our kids on speech therapy, on summer camp. Man, we
Yeah.
We did all of that.
boy,
We went to-
definitely.
yo, boy, you barely slept at night knowing you going to
It's
summer
summer
camp
camp,
and
boy.
look at your little girlfriend. You would be like, Mama, I don't need no sandwich. I'm going to make my own sandwich, put 2 meats of bologna, and we going to the summer camp. And look, we used to make 2 sandwiches and say, baby, if your mama didn't feed you, you know I got your sandwich. So they don't know that type of side in the growing up.
Yeah.
And man, we used to have extension cords that, bro, you used to have extension cords from the front and running from
To
the
the back.
kitchen
Yes,
to the
Lord.
back. And if you stay on the phone too long, your mama unplug it.
It's over.
Baby, I love you. What? How you love her? You don't even know what love is.
Lord.
Oh my! Then the next day they tell you, oh, baby, why your mama was on the phone, girl? I don't believe my mama. I love you. So they don't understand that happy side of that joyful side.
Yeah.
They only understand what the shooting games and
Yeah.
all this bullshit. I was laughing because somebody asked me the other day, bro. I bought my first PlayStation. I ain't touched a game in 10 years. I got on Madden to play, and the dude whipped my ass so bad, I went and got me a PlayStation. Because I felt bad, but I felt like I ain't above the world, but I'm beneath the world because I ain't trying to be of the world, because when you're above the world, it's easy to gravitate to doing the wrong thing.
Yeah. Nah, you ain't bought one because you're naturally a competitor.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only reason I want to get better. Not because I want to be like them,
Yeah.
but man, you remember them elementary loves?
No, for
Man,
sure.
I done got beat up by my girl that I liked it before.
No,
She
man.
beat me up. and she see me today on social media. I said, "You still won't fight?" I'm ready to whoop them. Yeah, but I'm gonna get you. But that's the love we need to get back. The foundation we need to get back, man. Used to go to the corner store, bro. This might be past y'all time, but they used to have food stamps with booklets, dog.
Yeah.
The dollar used to be gold, $5 used to be green, bro. Mama used to give you a booklet. $30, $50 booklet. Used to go to the corner store.
Who had free lunch at school, we had the RTA bus pass.
Oh boy! And if you lose your bus pass,
oh man, Lord.
your ass walking to the next.
I ain't gonna lie, I got forced to give my bus pass to my grandmother every year, every month. You know, every month a new color.
Yeah, every month.
My grandmother,
cause she catching a bus to work.
I had to take the walk.
And then you on a bus with your grandmother. People don't understand, bro, the sacrifice these young kids have, the opportunity they have to become a better person, to make a difference in the world, but they using the things that people giving them to stop their growth because they want to be in a game. They want to be in a video game, but then when they weren't trying to learn how to make money, they don't know how because they wasn't taught to learn skills.
Right.
Being a victim of the system, though, there's a system that's in place and they stay within that system. So to the point of knowing that you from the Seventh Ward, you from New Orleans, but you got from around it. How do you think that helped with you leaving and knowing how to maneuver in the city now? Because being here, you probably still wouldn't really know how to move. You'll be moving just as such as everybody else is moving because that's a one particular movement. I always joke with my partner Strong and tell him that I feel like New Orleans is like a secret society, and that's the type of way that everybody's stepping. If you don't step to that beat, they gonna literally push you out the way. But you, being that you here and you left, you have a new aura and a new profound way that you walk and move. How is that leaving New Orleans in?
Way better. And I'm going to be honest with you, man. I rub Byron cold wrong when I say this, but I'm going to say it again. I don't like to tell people I'm from New Orleans.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Because telling a person from New Orleans, it could do two things. It could help you, but stop your growth. People out of town look at New Orleans people ratchet. They look at you as a dumb person. They look at you only make dumb decisions. Below average. So when I say that, it take you to leave the city, to conquer the world, to come back to save somebody from the city. So I had to leave. I didn't know God when I was here. My last job here was 2015 at Harris Casino when I met Shakeback. I met him I swear, if anybody know about Harris, no, not there. If anybody know about Harris Casino, I met him at Fug Record. They might don't even have Fug Record up in there no more. And I met him at Fug Record. He was selling rocks on bourbon, pimping or some shit he was doing, half hustling. And I saw him and I was sweeping. He said, "Man, what you doing?" I said, "What is you doing? You need to be going inside." I said, "But I'm going to tell you this." I said, "It's going to be my last day. I'm going to leave here and go be the biggest motivation speaker. I'm going to speak the word of God and I'm going to come back after here and conquer some people." And I told him that and I did that and I left here and I slept on my mama's couch. No lie to you. 2015, going to temp service, making $6.50 an hour in 2015. Making $6.50, getting up at the temp service, paid at a temp service in Houston. Getting up at 4 a.m, signing the list to beat the Mexican, to get a chance, to get an opportunity to go to work 8 hours, making $6.50. You get paid the same day. Your check might be $30. Child support taking $7. It took me, I wanted to go on a date, right, with a girl. It took me to save 3 months of check just to get to at least $1,000 to be able to do something. And boy, look here. So the sacrifice I made, sleeping on my mama's couch, leaving the streets of New Orleans, selling the drug, getting rid of the drug, breaking bad habits, getting past people, accepting the wrong, accepting my own wrong, going out there, telling my mama, getting opportunities, my auntie bringing me the opportunity, the job. I'm telling her I ain't got what it takes. She telling me, "Boy, you got the job." I'm like, "Auntie, look how I look." She said, "Boy, God is good. He walked before you." So that to say, you gotta leave New Orleans to go get what you really, your purpose. It's sad to say, if you left what you doing and what you have, you would be making 10 times more. You would be growing faster. People love you outside of where you from. more than what people love you. Where you from?
No, I ain't gonna lie. I could tap into what you're saying because you know, my first time leaving the city, I went and stayed out of town for a job. I went to the Virgin Islands actually, and I stayed out there like roughly like a year and a half, and I was able to just propel myself literally 4 or 5 years. And then I came back to New Orleans, and I was already ahead 10 years. And then I left again, and I propelled another 3 years. I came back for like 6 months, and I left again. So I've been in and out legitimately for that one reason because every time I get away, I go up legitimately. Not saying that I'm not loving it here or whatever the situation. I get a lot of support here,
Yeah,
but you
it's
will
bigger.
get it. You will get it more from the rest of the world for sure.
It's bigger. And listen to this. And I'm gonna give you an example. This one, you ain't never heard this. When I go to the juvenile detention coming up, I'm going to make it my business to buy a cooler. I'm gonna get 30 crabs, live blue crabs. And I'm gonna put it in a box and I'm gonna put the top on it and I'm gonna go in there. And I'm gonna look each and every one of them young men in the eyes and tell them, just like when I take that container out, there's gonna be a crab trying to get out.
Watch what the other one do.
It's gonna be another crab clenching onto a crab. You gotta have the mindset to understand how to get out that bucket full of crabs, because we in a bucket full of crabs. They only allow you to get so far before they clamp on and pull you back down. So is you gonna be willing to make that opportunity to climb over that container and be that crab maker, that crab difference? It is hard because you don't know how to get over that. But to get over that, you gotta have the presence of God. You gotta say, God, look, I'm tired of being within the below means of what I need to be. I want to be of means of what you need me to be. So give me the strength to find a way to make it out. And once he give you that, he ain't saying I'm going to leave you or forsake you. You ain't got to have no money to leave. I left with nothing. He said, I would never forsake you. I would be with you every step of the way. So if I tell you something and I give you something to do, trust and believe in the process. It's not going to happen overnight. When you give your life to God, you don't just get blessed with $1 million.
Right.
It's the process. You don't just come up on $1 million. It's just the presence of God, knowing that he'll never forsake you and he's going to always be with you. So anything you go through, he can see you through.
Have faith and do the work.
So it's very important, bro. So I left there and I did some things and I grew. And when I know God wants to bless me, I did this, bro. I kid you not. I used to work at a school. My auntie took me to an interview at a school in Seco Ranch. When I went on the interview like this, I had a suit on or whatever, little shirt and tie, and I sat at the table for an interview. It was 5 white people. I said, man, I ain't got no chance. The odds stacked against me. But then the boss man said one thing. He said, why you deserve this job? I said, because I'm going to show up early and leave late, even if I'm not getting paid. And I said, well, who better for this job than me? He said, I got another interview behind you, but I'll call you back and let you know if you got the job. I said, I'll be waiting. So I trust and believe I let God allow him to walk in the presence of in the room to change their spirit, to understand that I was the person. I worked there for 4 years, but after the 4 years, they fired me. I used to come down here and get my daughter to come to Houston, my oldest daughter, because she used to stay out here. And I made a mistake and returned on the wrong date. So out of 4 years, never had no problem, never had no issue. They say I did a no call, no show. But before I did that to go get my daughter, every year they give you a contract to sign to work for a school to say that you're gonna be working for them the next year. And I kept that contract that when you want your job, you're gonna sign immediately, give it to the boss. For some reason, I left the contract sitting up there for 3 months. As I left it sitting up there for 3 months, the boss man coming in, he said, damn, he must don't want his job. But not knowing I did want my job, but God had a different calling for me.
It was bigger than you.
It was bigger than me. So every day I used to call to my cousin and tell him, I'm going to be the biggest personal trainer, the biggest motivation speaker. What I need to do? I reached out to 5 NFL players that's big on social media. They all saw it, but never responded. When they saw me do a video and take off, guess what they did? They tapped back and went.
That price different now.
I told them the wrong one.
You got the wrong one.
The wrong one. So I did that, and then this one I know God had a calling for me. God came to me as I speak to God all the time. Because I always talk to myself, I always get the best solution from myself. If any man lie and say they don't talk to themselves, they lie. Because that's the best way you're going to get the answer about you. So I was talking to God in the shower. I just lost my God. I said, God, I'm going to pay these bills. God said, I'm going to make a way. I said, God, I believe you, but then I don't know. God said, I want to send a blessing to you. I said, why are you going to bless me when the person next door been obedience more than me? He said, so what you going to do? I said, send a blessing to them. I'm going to wait on the other blessing. God said, you going to do that? I said, yeah, go ahead. So as he did that, and he sent a blessing to them, Funny Mike DM me. He said, man, I need you for a video.
Tenfold.
Back. So when you throw an alley hoop, when you throw a boomerang, don't have the intentions of looking for the blessing back, but just know the blessing coming back.
It's coming back.
Times 10. And when I did that, he said, man, I want you to do a video. And he said, you been watching me on YouTube? I lied. I said, yeah. I didn't even have YouTube. I'm from New Orleans, bro. I didn't know what YouTube was. I'm going to be honest. I didn't get YouTube until 2017. He said, you got YouTube? I said, yeah, ooh, I lied. I did that. I waited outside that man's subdivision, bro. I swear to God. I went 30 minutes till he let me in to do my part, to play in a YouTube video. I stood outside an hour and 30 minutes. And he laughed about this to the day. And any normal person would have left, but missing their opportunity. Right. Sometimes you got to sacrifice your time, your pride, everything to get to where you want to be. And when I did that video, I went from 2,000 followers to 30,000 followers less than 5 to 10 minutes. I said, God, this it. This it. I used that, man.
Humility before dignity.
What? I used that. And that's how I know what it was. And still to the day, I tell Mike, I said, man, thank you for giving me the opportunity, but I know my purpose to speak the word was God was going to use. See, God used people to help you, but that's not the only person he going to use. He could be the start position, right. But then they got the middle position, then they got the end position. When I woke up and saw Kevin Gates, Deion Sanders, Finesse 2 Times, Carly B posted me, I said, oh yeah.
You on.
I need that. I said, watch how you talk to me.
Yeah.
But I stayed grounded. I stayed, and guess what? I'm gonna tell you this. People gotta understand this. The blessings is not just blessings of money. The blessings is blessings of favor. I got more favor than I have money.
For sure.
I could go to God and tell him I need something, he gonna give it, but I go to the bank, they're gonna decline me.
For sure.
Yeah, you're right.
You know, so don't think everything you do, you gotta look for a reward from a person. Do it with the understanding that it's from the heart. The relationship, the love. Man, when you making love, you don't just make love to just be doing it saying you broke her back. You better be doing it to say, man, I love her. I love the feeling, the grab. I love everything about the person.
She love your back.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, man, listen, man, it took some time to walk this road, but I walked it. It took some time to walk this road, but I walked it, man. And God led me to this man. Big God led me.
Yes, Lord.
Man, I love that, man. I love that with a passion. Big God led me. I ain't nothing without the presence of Big God.
Yes, Lord.
I ain't nothing without the presence of Big God. And when he, man, listen, I ain't gonna lie to you. When I made it here, I told him I was in the backyard. In the back, he came out with the shirt. And I had the Hoochie Daddy shorts on. I'm sweating like a dog. I'm preaching. I'm praying. I'm like, man, look at the love. Look at the gratitude. Look at the relationship. And I know you get tired of me calling him. I call him every day.
And I answer.
Man, what's going on? I call him every day. Hey, man, be all in the bed. Man, I'm sorry. I just want to talk to you. You know, so that's the relationship, man. And that's how we grew. And that's how the presence of Big Team 28, the big motivation. And that's how I continue to grow, not just because of me. I grow more because of the people I encounter with. And they help me grow. They help me believe in me. They pray for me. Excuse me, they watch over me. They lead me. They guide me. So as me speaking into people, they speaking into me. And that's the type of brotherhood and love I like, because money can't speak into me. Heart do.
Oh, yeah. That's why I appreciate every phone call that you do, you know, because I never know when you call what it's about, because it ain't a business thing with us. You get what I'm saying? Like, we have regular conversations about whatever it is that's going on. Or if I got a question, or if you got a question, and we have a conversation from there, you know what I'm saying? But I can tell you from having conversations, you know, God got a sense of humor. And I'm saying that from a standpoint of I remember asking God for something, and He gave me exactly what I asked for. And He knew that ain't what I needed.
Exactly what you.
But He gave it to me because He said, "You keep asking me for this, I'm gonna give it to you. I'm letting you have it. You keep asking, here." He knew that's not what I needed. And then when I found out that ain't what I needed, I asked God to remove it, and He did just that, and He multiplied it tenfold since then. And so I appreciate that, you know. So talking to yourself is a regular thing, honestly. And I don't think it's just for men, it's for everybody. If they're really trying to come within oneself, you know, to know who they are or to get to where they're trying to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, so for me, that's what I enjoyed our conversation.
Oh yeah, all the time, man. We don't talk, and that's crazy. And I'm gonna say this: we don't talk about negativity, and we don't talk about people. We always talking about how we could better each other, how we can help each other, how we could help the community, or how we could grow. And you said something that's very important. When you ask God to give you something, prepare yourself to be able to not just receive it, but how to keep it. Directions of giving something is easy that God could give, but how to keeping it and learning how to keep it and grow with it is the hardest thing. That's why I tell people all the time, don't ask God for nothing if you're not prepared to ask Him how to keep it and to not just keep it, but help grow with it to grow other people. Don't just be asking for a financial blessing because you need it. And what about the people that needed more? What about the people that was praying more? What about the people that was giving more? You know what I mean? So
what brother man said on the other one, he said, you gonna ask for $1 million and you gonna be doped out on that.
All that, you know? Yeah, you gonna ask for something, God gonna give you the money, and now you gonna be on drugs, doped out, lost in your mind, bruh.
For sure.
So you can't be mindful. God will give you money and put the wrong drugs and the wrong things in front of you, and now you done spent all the money on drugs. So you gotta ask for guidance and how to keep it and what your intentions is with it. So when He give it to you, that you know what it's for.
Just like that conversation you had, I tapped into y'all, you and Rude.
Oh yeah.
What's the one thing you could ask? If you had to ask God for something, what's the one thing? He said peace. Ooh, and then he said peace for everybody.
Shout out to Rude.
He rephrased it. He said peace for everybody.
Yeah.
Take all the love and take all the hate and the envy out of everybody's heart and give them peace.
Bruh.
And that alone right
Shout
there.
out to Rude Jewel, bro. Shout out to Rude Jewel. Yeah. I did a quick interview on him because he been in the game a very long time, and I watched the man he became. And I said it because you could give a man clothes and everything, but one thing he said, he need peace. For sure. And he said, nah, I take that back. He said, I want peace within everybody. Yeah. I want the hate and the envy to be removed so all us could grow. Because I asked myself, what's one of the things that if God could give you something, what's one of the things that you would love for Him to give? He said peace. Because peace is hard to find. Yes. Peace is hard to find. That's why I said it ain't easy being a man. Because when you say, I love you, I'm here, I'm forever, man, you taking that responsibility. Women gonna find peace more than men. For sure. Because what they carry, you carry for them. Mm-hmm. So for a man to say to find peace, that's very important. Once I found peace, and I found brokenness too. And I found a lot of separation. I found peace. But I found myself being at peace away from a lot of people that I thought I needed. It broke the curve. So when you want peace, you're going to get peace, but then the people that you thought that meant you good, you're going to separate. Yeah. Your peace comes from the people you allow what? Around you. Mm-hmm. So if you ain't receiving peace, check the people that's around you. Yeah. Do they have peace? Or do they got arguments? Or do they got all these different things that's going on that's stopping your peace? Because every time they go through something, guess what they doing?
Call it. Yeah. I ain't the one to call. They know.
But why is a shortcoming of men, like there's this term, be my peace, don't be my headache. And it's just like, why is it a shortcoming of men being able to be upfront with stating that going into situations? Like, it's like some men gravitate towards the toxicness, you want to say you wanted peace, but you welcomed toxicness into your situation because that's what you entertain.
I think it just go back to what he said like earlier though. Just you got to date with a purpose, a date with intention. Mm-hmm. You know, the conversation you having right now about some of those men, they're not dating with intention. Mm-hmm. They're not doing what they need to do to know, hey, look, if I have a baby with this person, I can live the rest of my life with them. They just doing it to do it. So if you're gonna do it to do it, then put a rub on. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, a lot of those situations is just not dealing with intentions, and you gotta have some type of purpose when you're dealing with somebody, cause that aura and that spirit, like you said, it's gonna rub off on you. If I'm around you too long, Shaw, we gonna think the same. We gonna probably look the same. A couple different things gonna come into play. You know what I'm saying? So when you tapping into that part with somebody, you gotta be locked in.
So they lack morals and values.
Yeah, big time.
No discipline.
No discipline. They only attracted to the flesh, not attracted to the inner. So you gotta know. You can't let the flesh interfere with your intelligence. Ooh, cause that's tough.
Okay.
Men will lose their intelligence because the flesh look good. They'll lose it.
It's gonna be more than that. They lose.
They're gonna lose a lot more, but they're intelligent first. Cause a woman will make a man do anything when they look good. But a man with intelligence won't stop. Hold on.
They don't move them.
Baby, look. You could go on about your business.
Yeah.
So you gotta know. And then a real woman won't even have you to do things that tell on your integrity. They gonna build your integrity.
Yeah, for sure.
So you gotta know the difference. Now, to be honest with you, the ones who wanna build your integrity is the ones who've been broken. That's why I say go find your broken woman and watch how she can fix the patches and piece things up and build something beautiful. But the ones that ain't never been broken and act like they ain't been broken, they ain't gonna do nothing but destroy it.
Nah, they got some supportive women out there for sure.
Hell yeah.
A lot of them.
But some people could be very manipulative as well.
Big time.
And use they brokenness to try to control the narrative of what they think they want for themselves, because it's a visual of, I have this idea of what I want. So now I'm trying to make this man be this type of man that I ideally again think that I want. Not letting, back to your point, not using not being ordained into what God is telling you what type of man you actually need.
Yeah.
So that's important, man. So it's very important, man. You gotta date with intention. You gotta move with a purpose. You gotta love with a passion, and you gotta love with love you. Shit that. I'm gonna tell you. Love will love you. If she ugly, make her beautiful.
That part.
Sure.
If she ugly, make her beautiful.
If he
ugly, make him handsome. Baby, look, you a little ugly, but I could deal with you. But I'm gonna go get you. We gonna turn some things.
Your hands dirty, but I'm gonna take you
Yeah,
to
to
the
the
nail salon
nails,
with
yeah.
me. We gonna get
And
your
we
hands
gonna get them.
clean.
So you gotta understand, a lot of good men need what? Working on.
You preaching.
A lot of.
I like what you're saying.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go and tell you. It might be out of it. I'm gonna tell you every day. I ain't no fixer upper. I ain't no fixer upper.
Yeah, a lot of good.
Sometimes you gotta allow that though.
Yeah, a lot of good men. These, come on, man. You
Any
can-
direction.
Yeah, very much. You know one thing, and this sad to say, and I'm gonna say this. People think I got so much confidence. I talk with confidence. I built with confidence, but sometimes I doubt myself too. But the woman tells me, boy, you something serious, and that's when I get back on that. So I need
the job.
Yeah.
Your auntie.
That's what I'm saying.
Forward
So
into
you need that person to tell you that you doing good. So don't think that.
You need that woman, not that person.
You need that woman, because it's very important. Because guess what? When your gas tank running on low, she need to be able to fulfill it.
Yeah.
And I tell people all the time, and you know what's funny? Why this? I'm gonna get you on this one. You too young to know about this.
Oh Lord.
It's very important to go get you a foreign car, not a regular car. Because when a hurricane comes, everybody use regular. But one gas that never run out is premium. Do it ever run out?
I got a foreign cousin.
Dude, that's what I'm trying to tell you. So you ain't got to worry. When you got regular things in your life and people that ain't bringing value, and when that hurricane come, that regular line out the window. But when you got premium, when you got value, when people bring you, you got VIP. The people looking at you like, man, I wish I had a foreign. And that's when they say, man, I wish I had a good woman. I wish I had a woman that loved me like that. I wish when I had it, I should have kept her. But look how she is with that. That's why I said, go get you a foreign. And a foreign is an intelligent woman, a black woman, a beautiful woman. woman. I ain't talking about going outside the race.
No.
I refuse to get rich to go date something different.
Yeah,
I'm
for
gonna
sure.
stick with what my culture, because these beautiful black women deserve a rich black man,
No, for sure.
not no damn rich white man, and not no black
Hispanics
and all that shit.
Yeah.
You stick to your people.
I'm for sure surrounded by a bunch of supportive, beautiful black women, for sure.
Yeah,
100%.
so it's important, man. Talk to me, babe. I like this conversation.
No, it's just like I said. It's just more so the whole direction of understanding the dynamic of the, like you said, if we won't be technical, the black woman. Like I said, like I asked y'all, as far as the black boy, the black man, like just the raising of it, and how you said the lacking of the father figure, so that leaves the mother be there and
be the provider.
Exactly.
And that's why they buy these games to keep these kids home, because they can't afford to send them nowhere, because they trying to make money to pay the bill. So if they had good fathers to provide and keep their mothers from not having to work so hard, now the kids able to be a kid and not learn from the internet. We didn't have what we have now. So understand that. Yeah. And before we get off this thing, and it's very important to understand this too, what you lay down with should be able to determine what they able to do for us, like what type of person. See, let me get into this. There's a must. I say this. Ladies, make better decisions on who you have kids with. It's nothing against the men. But if you know this guy got 10 kids and he ain't seeing none of them, what you think the 11 kid gonna do?
Same thing.
Man, if you know this man got 3 kids and he ain't providing for none of them, not even attempting, that shit, man, you better get your ass up out of there. Run. Yeah. Because any man that could lay down in his bed, in his earth, and not worry about the kids they make, that shit show me he ain't got no heart for me. Man, listen, I don't want no woman around me that ain't trying to tell me to get your ass up and go be a father. She better be trying to tell me every way to be a man. If she not, then that ain't the woman I want. Yeah. I want my woman to be a presence, not just in mine, but in my kids' life. Yeah. When I lay down, I want my kids to know this the woman that's gonna love you because daddy loved her. Yeah. If you want that woman to have your kids forever, then you be good to that woman. If you want that woman, that woman to love your kids and you to love her kid, be good to that man and watch the difference. Man, what you sow is what you receive.
So as to the men, step up.
Step up.
Step up, because it's trickling down to women making the wrong decisions as well.
And being with the wrong guys that's eating their ass and everything.
So we lacking men in spaces for young boys to become men, and we lacking fathership for young women to become women and make the right decision for a man today. And it's not to take away from a man solely. We understanding the pressure and the weight that's all on your shoulder and what you're carrying, but find a way. You don't have to be so religious in this way, but you need to find a direct path and walk with God in some type of way to be able to maneuver and direct exactly what he has laid out for the structure of a family and a foundation. So I do truly appreciate you elaborating on that, and not just having a man's back just because you know what I'm saying, just because you're a man first or whatever the case may be. Just understanding that dynamic of what is needed in these homes. These homes are broken. These black family homes are broken, and they need to be repaired. And it's not too late to repair them, even if you are the father that's 5 kids away and not with it. Start now.
Yeah, for sure.
We don't care about what you didn't do. Start now. So blessings to you.
Blessings, man. Y'all already know, man. I appreciate the opportunity. We got one of the best. If y'all don't know, y'all better come get it. Hey, big God love me, man. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the opportunity, most definitely. Hey, we gonna keep growing.
Always, brother.
Appreciate you, David.
Yes, Lord.
Strong,